Hi YouTube, I am back. I had a little bit of a hiatus while I sat down and crunched my numbers and made a budget. I have been so consumed with life that I didn't have time to record it for you. So this is my January budget and kind of where I'm at now. So the budget itself and a little bit of a review of where I think I am and how I think I'm doing. So first off, I got this wonderful budget notebook from Michaels. It lets you list out your budget. First page is, your income, your notes to yourself. Then here comes the hard numbers, your budget for the month. Then the following pages is expense tracking. And then after a few pages of expense tracking, the last page kind of lets you graph out. I know a lot of YouTubers use Excel. I don't love Excel. I don't love computerized anything. I like to handwrite my stuff. So my budget is on paper, pen and paper, and sometimes marker and paper so that I can see and kind of really work through and scratch things out. It works best for me. So let's get to my numbers. This month I was expected to bring in $2,200 between job 1 and job 2. There weren't a lot of hours in job 2 this month because of vacation time at the beginning of the month. So that's my total. My rent for the month is $775. My power bill was budgeted at $160. Zumba, because I'm a Zumba instructor and pay monthly for some certain things, is $35. Car, which is new to me, we'll talk about that later, $336. Insurance, $180. Wi-Fi, $65. Gas for the car, $80. Donations, $14.50. Credit card, I only have one, $40. Gym and health membership, $75. Groceries, $180. Household supplies, $20. Entertainment / eating out, $30. Clothing and grooming, $40. Pets, $15. Emergency fund, $30. Additional car fees, $105. And additional savings, $20. So there are a few things in there that seem a little pricey that I really tried to cut out. I was going to cut out the gym and health line items. However, I went to the doctor last month in kind of an emergency and my health wasn't great. My blood pressure went up and I realized I hadn't been to the gym in a while and that was what was keeping my blood pressure down and my stress level down. So decided to keep that, but I'm looking for ways to cut that. Maybe getting employed part-time there will be an option. So I'm still looking into that. The car, I had a Dave car. It was my little car that had no car payments and then it went kaput. Like unfixable kaput. So I had to take on a new car. Now, luckily, I didn't have to come up with a down payment because the car actually belonged to my dad. But he is still paying on the car, so I do pay my dad while he's paying the rest of the car note out. But I'm happy to have some transportation. Now, that threw up a little bit. There were some hiccups because of that. So I already know my gas budget is out the window because I had to go to Georgia to pick up the car, which required gas in the car I took to get down there and gas in both cars to come back. So that's blown out of water, and that's okay. Like I said, when I made the budget at the end of December, I knew a lot of things were going to pop up because we were just unsure of how things were going to shape out with the car and how we were going to get it. So I wasn't overly concerned. As I keep telling myself, January is the starting month. I won't be perfect. Something I have to tell myself because I stress about that. I won't be perfect. As long as I am making a plan and working the plan, I'm okay. So I set up my little area behind me with some inspiration. So here's my tracking chart for keeping track of my baby steps. Here's a little inspirational quote. I know my camera is really fuzzy right now, so you can't see it clearly. I am getting a new phone in the next week or so it'll be a little better. And I know you're thinking, how am I getting a new phone when I'm budgeting? But I have to change carriers and plans. So next month's budget will also change because my mom has graciously been paying my phone bill for a while. And now it's my turn because I am a grown-up to do so. So I will be taking over a phone plan and that requires a new phone because it won't be on the same carrier. So that means it will be a little better. It will be a little clearer. We'll have some quality video coming up. So I'm excited about that. So I've been really thinking this month about how I've been doing. And like I said, I already knew I blew the gas budget out, but I also really sitting down and tracking some expenses realized how much I blow it on eating out. which is crazy because I don't think I eat out that much. I work in an environment where everyone eats out every day and I don't. So I always think I'm doing good. But then when I tracked it, it's still too much. It's too much going to eating out. So over the last 2 weeks, I've been coming home for lunch and eating, which isn't a lot in mileage. I live 2 miles away from work. So I've been coming home and eating and really conscious about prepping. And there are days when I forget to make my breakfast. So I've just been making it at the kitchen at work so that I don't give myself an excuse to stop somewhere and get some breakfast. So I'm really working on working the budget and seeing where I'm lapsing. So far, gas is off kilter, food is off kilter, and those are the main things right now. Hopefully, we've got one more weekend this month and I'm not crazy off balance, but I've also been looking at ways to bring in some additional money. So I have an Etsy shop. I'm really bad at keeping it stocked, so I've made a goal for myself to stock up my Etsy shop and really sell. So to help me with that, I've kind of made a little spreadsheet. So my Etsy shop is Handmade with Quirk, and I am trying to sell 150 items, whether through my shop or through friends and family with little setups and vendor opportunities before May 31st. And that money will go into my emergency fund. I'll be taking it out in my budget, but I'll also be trying to do little additional things to add up. The other thing that I will be doing to add to my emergency fund is Postmates. It's a delivery service, kind of like Uber for food or groceries or whatever someone needs. I've done it last year, and I realized it's been months since I've done it again, which makes no sense. I have some free time in there that I could drive and do some deliveries and just make some additional income. And so I'm really working on those things to pump up the emergency fund. I'm hoping to have the emergency fund funded by my birthday, which is May 15th. In a good world, I'd have it funded by March. Fingers crossed. I'm going to work a little harder at that. Things that seem a little low. I know some of you may have thought, 180, how do you feed a family 3 for 180 a month? Well, I've been doing really good with meal planning. So last week I made 2 big pot items. There was a big pot of chili and a big pot of spaghetti. And we just rotated that each day, adding different veggies on the side. So that's been our big helpful way. And then a bunch of fruit for snacks, making it easy like that. So I've been pretty thankful that my boys are on board. And I warned them that there will be some repeat dinners just until we get to a place where I feel comfortable. We knock out the baby step 1 and get some of this debt paid down. Right now, I'm calculating my debt. Like I said, the car situation has created a new debt that I did not intend to take on. So now I have the car, student loans, 1 credit card, which isn't bad. It's under $300, and a few miscellaneous like medical expenses and stuff. So I am really, really looking forward to attacking baby step 1 so I can jump into baby step 2. I want to clear some debt. I want to eventually buy a house for the boys and I, and my oldest graduates in 2018. So I would like, in my world, to have him have a home that we own before he goes off to college. So he has somewhere to come back and nest to and not just another rented space. So those are my goals. That's where I am so far in January. I am scheduling myself each Sunday to sit down and really record for you guys and really take you along on this journey with me. Like I said in video 1, I've seen singles and I've seen couples, but I haven't seen a lot of single parents tackle Financial Peace University or be so public about it. So I'm hoping that by me posting my journey, it helps someone else in similar shoes. You know, I don't make a lot. I work in nonprofit. Both my jobs are nonprofit, and I like it that way. I don't plan on leaving nonprofit anytime soon, but I do want to set my family and I up for success. And if I can just get through these spending habits, we can do that. I'm confident in that. I'm happy in that. So thank you for tuning in for my January budget, where we're going, and kind of how I'm doing so far. I'll be back next week talking about some more plans to eliminate some items and how I plan on incorporating some new bills into next month's budget. I will see you next week.